everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be reviewing the Fine Touch watercolor pencils from Hobby Lobby. And I did make a color swatch of them on a separate piece of paper just to see what they would look like. Some of them were more pigmented than others, but yes, I just wanted you to be aware. I don't really know what I'm doing either, but yes, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm starting out with coloring the bottom of this drawing that I made. It's from a prompt that I got on the Art of Education University. I didn't really have any creativity this week, so I needed some help, and I looked up a prompt. And one of them was about draw a fish in something other than water. So I thought, how about Jello? Because who doesn't love Jello? It's so jiggly. It's so much fun. I mean, I don't really eat Jello anymore, but it's just so sugary, but I do really enjoy eating it when I do. It is like the best thing ever, and I especially love the way my mom used to make it when I was a kid. She wouldn't add the full amount of water to it. She would instead like add slightly less. It was a bit firmer, and so when you would really move the plate around, it would wiggle around so much more because it wouldn't like start to crack, for less of a better word. So you could get a lot more jiggle out of it. It was just so much fun. But anyways, it also made me think of picking Jello. I also thought of picking Jello because one of my favorite shows, for those of you that are Office fans out there, is The Office. And there's this one running joke that Jim does, I think 3 times. Yeah, a total of 3 times. Once when he puts Dwight's stapler in Jello. When he puts Michael's World's Best Boss into it, and then when he does it to Andy with the calculator. And each time it makes me laugh. But if I ever host a party, one of them is going to be Office themed, and I'm going to make that as the prop. And don't worry, it won't go to waste. I'll follow what Michael said, you know, like, no, you have to eat your way out of it because there are starving kids in the world, or something like that. But I just think it would be, well, like, you know, just like one of the perfect little details to include in the party decor. But anyways, yeah, so I did realize as I was making this video that, or as I was using these color pencils, I should say, is that they're kind of like pastels in the sense that, like, once you lay the pigment down, if you run your hand over it, it'll smear all the pigment across the paper. And I didn't realize that until it was too late, because I started noticing that there was purple. Again, because this is like one of the things that I noticed is that like some of the crayons or color pencils were more pigmented, and purple was one of them. It was like running into the Jello part of it, and so it was making a really weird color combination. And I tried to correct for it later on in the video, but I'm not entirely sure if I was successful with that, but we'll see. Anyways, but yes, so that was one of the things that I noticed, and it's also because like I just decided to jump right into it. I'm one of those classic overthinkers that I find that like one of the biggest hurdles that's holding me back as a beginner artist is the fact that I feel like I can't do something until I learn every little nook and cranny about it. Hence, like, you know, me taking forever editing this video. I'm really trying to get consistent about my upload times, like either it being 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Obviously, that's neither one of those are gonna happen today, but it's just like one of those things that that I struggle with, because I feel like I shouldn't make something until I know everything about it. But then I really try and make myself the only way I'm gonna learn is if I do something. So the first couple of things I'm gonna make are bad, and I think it's also good. I don't know. It's also good for other people to see that too. I remember one of my favorite YouTubers that I like to watch is Casey Golden. She says that too in one of her videos, I want to say, that it's good to show like your bad art, because then, like, you know, it shows other people that, you know, even like when you're a more experienced artist, you're still gonna have moments where like you're not completely satisfied with your art and you feel like you could have done better. And I think this is one of those times where like I feel like it didn't come out the way I had envisioned perfectly, but I also was really happy that I did it because I just jumped into it and I didn't let my anxiety about not knowing how this art medium works or, you know, what's the best way to do it override my desire to create something for you guys today. So yeah, I'm kind of glad I did it, and I'm pretty sure that when I revisit this, you know, drawing in the future, I'll probably use a different medium or maybe the same one, and then it'll come out so much better. Because like it is a really like silly, funny drawing. I mean, who puts fish in Jello? You know, I shouldn't say that because if you've ever gone down the rabbit hole on Pinterest, I highly recommend it, especially for the food, like the weird birthday cakes that they had, or the food. Oh my god, some of the food, it's just not good, not good. But I am willing to bet that there is a vintage recipe that calls for putting fish in Jello. And I say that very confidently because I know for a fact there is a recipe where you take bone marrow broth and you add unflavored gelatin to it and you make it into a Jello, and it looks just as disgusting as you would imagine. I don't know how it would taste, but yeah. Anyways, so now I'm trying to add some detail with my microns, but I'm not having the best of luck. Again, it's probably because I don't know. Oh look, my big head is just making an appearance. Hello. Luckily my head isn't that huge in this frame that it's not blocking out the view entirely, but you can definitely see it. Hello. Anyways, and you can also, I just realized you can also tell them on my PJs because, you know, we're in quarantine, real clothes don't exist anymore, okay? You know, don't judge. It's one of those things too why I also like that I chose to do this traditionally instead of digitally, because that is one of the reasons why a simple drawing like the one from last week will take me so long, because I will just continually continue to mess with it, and when it's not necessary, and yeah, I don't know. I think I just like get so nitpicky about it, and it's because digital art just allows you to like do it over and over again, and I think it just makes me forget that it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. It's just art, you know. There's no need to you know, make sure that every little line is perfectly done before showing it to you guys. I mean, that is like the point, you know, to show you that I'm still growing, I'm still learning, you know. I don't really know what I'm doing, so I think it helps for you guys to see that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Would you eat this Jello, and is this something that you want me to continue to work on as far as holding off on posting new videos, or are you okay with just going along the journey with me? I'd really like to hear some feedback from you guys on that, and also like, what do you guys want to see? You know, maybe you guys want to see something completely different and I'm just missing the mark here. But yeah, so now I'm just activating the pigment in the watercolor pencils. Again, this is like something I really wasn't sure how much pigment, or water I should say, was gonna activate the pigment. On some of them it would activate right away and it was way too much water, and then the same amount of water would not be enough for other pigments. So I think it's just one of those things too, not only knowing how to use it, but just knowing the supplies that I have, like knowing how they work, because I'm pretty sure, you know, if I had Arteza, they probably would not work the same. Maybe they would be completely different. They'd probably be less sensitive, more sensitive, I don't know. But anyways, I'm taping it down just because I'm worried that with the amount of water some of the sections are taking, that'll get warped, and I want to make sure that it doesn't do that. Although I did learn from a recent video that I saw, and I can't remember the content creator's name, or channel I should say, but she had said that if you use a heat gun or a hairdryer, after the drawing or the painting is done, if you forgot to tape it down and it's got like warps in it, you can heat that up and then put it under a book with sandwiched between towels, and it should help to flatten it significantly. I haven't tried it yet, but I did think about it when I was doing this, if I just wanted to be lazy. But I overall just decided just to tape it down, even though it didn't work very well. It could also be just because my desk is currently in progress. I plan on painting it. I think I might make that the next video, where I give my desk a makeover, but we'll see. I have like this big idea about what I want to do with my desk. Yeah, I don't know, I keep changing my mind about it, but I do have some, because I do want to paint over this. Not because I don't like the look of wood, I really do love the look of natural wood, but whatever this wood my desk is made out of is very soft. And by that I mean it's very easy to get a dent into it and scratch into it. So I feel pretty bad about it. The only other thing I can think of for protecting it is to put resin over it, but all these little like spots you see too are dents and holes that the desk had when I got it, because I got it for $20, so you can't really expect much for 20 bucks. But it was solid wood and it is huge. So I just like plugged it all in with like wood putty, and I still have to do another round of sanding on it. But that's what it looks like, all funny. So that's the only reason why I'm painting it. Otherwise, I would very much like to keep it the way it is. But anyway, so now I'm just messing with the Jello portion of it. I'm painting it to complete the effect of Jello. I feel like it really needed to have that watercolor effect. I did debate on whether leaving it alone and having the texture of the pencil crayon, but I thought it would look better if I just went ahead and ran the brush over it. Okay, so we're done, and I think it didn't turn out too bad. I really like how the fishes look, especially the guy with the little tooth. He came out so adorable. But yes, if you guys like this content, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I'm just giving you a quick tour of my desk just so you can see what it is that I film in. But I hope to see you guys next week, and thank you so much for sticking around. Bye!